Good morning, everyone. Wasn't that better than pomp and circumstance for a processional? That was the George Mason University fight song performed by the GMU Tuba Euphonium Ensemble, directed by Dr. Dave Porter. Thank you for being here. And welcome to the commencement exercises, or mini-com, as we call it, for the College of Visual and Performing Arts, welcoming the classes of 2020 and 2021. This is a day we've all been waiting for. Yes, applaud yourselves. You are free to burst out in spontaneous applause at any time throughout this ceremony. We are so thrilled that you are with us today to recognize your achievements and to call you to the stage. I hope you'll take some time on Friday to attend the university's virtual commencement, which launches at 2 o'clock and is available in cyberspace, I think, for quite a while after that. You'll hear messages from President Washington, from Provost Ginsburg, and our special guest speaker, First Lady Dr. Jill Biden. Yes. And you'll hear a little bit more from me, but you're going to hear some of that today anyway, so don't worry about that part. It's now my great privilege to invite Michelle Fagus to the stage to sing our George Mason University alma mater, Patriot Pride. Michelle is graduating this week from the Dewberry School of Music with her Doctor of Musical Arts in Vocal Performance. Michelle? Thank you, Dr. Fagus. Beautifully done. Now, what a year this has been. You graduates have demonstrated time and again your resilience, your generosity of talent and spirit, your willingness to experiment with new ways of learning and creating, exhibiting, and performing. And it has not always been easy. Oh, let me just say the truth here. It has not been easy at all. But together, our college has kept the wheels of art turning. We have responded not only to the challenge of the pandemic, but to what are in many ways the greater and more durable challenges of social and racial justice that have been with us our whole lives as individuals and our whole history as a nation. Like every other segment of our society, we have had difficult moments and hard conversations, and we have responded as artists do, with work that matters, with songs and images and stories and movements that reflect and refract the scene. They show us both the roots of our division and the way forward together. Our year in the college was full of that kind of work, sometimes in our official performance and exhibition settings, and sometimes in the spontaneous spark of an idea in a classroom or a studio. And even when the work was hard, even when it took us into some uncomfortable places, I always sensed the love and the joy within the work. And that is one of the things we are celebrating today. I am so proud of what you've done to keep the arts alive, telling the truth and claiming meaningful space in the lives of our community. I'll have more to say about that towards the end of the ceremony in my charge to the graduates. Right now, please know that you have our undying admiration and respect for the way you've met these multiple challenges. Classes of 2020 and 2021, you and your work will never be forgotten as long as there is a College of Visual and Performing Arts. Now, speaking of remembrance, I want to take a moment to acknowledge some wonderful colleagues who are retiring at the end of this year or next fall. Together, they represent well over 140 years of devoted service to the arts at Mason. From the School of Music, Stan Engebretson and Denny Leindecker. From the School of Art, Paula Crawford. From the School of Dance, Jim Lepore and Buffy Price. And from the School of Theater, Kevin Murray. That was good. Great artists and devoted teachers all, each one a colleague to be treasured. We will miss them, and we thank them. Now, one of the things we've learned this year is that Zoom is actually a great way to do some things. It's a great way to connect with members of the far-flung CVPA community, for example. My favorite is a little talk show that I had the pleasure of hosting called Alumni Cocktails and Conversations with the Dean. It has been truly inspiring to talk to alums around the world who are doing amazing work in their fields, or in a few cases, in brand new fields. CVPA alums are everywhere, and they are setting the standard for innovation and accomplishment wherever they land. They're also your best network for the important first and next steps beyond graduation. In that spirit, it's now my pleasure to invite a recent CVPA alum to the stage to say a few words about life after Mason. Michael Kamel is a 2017 graduate from the Film and Video Studies program. He's a multifaceted filmmaker, has co-directed the DC Palestinian Film and Arts Festival, and is currently working with BuzzFeed. Please welcome Michael to the stage.
Thank you. You know what? Shout out to the class of 2021. Let's give it up for the class of 2021. And shout out to y'all at home. Come on, let's clap. I mean, y'all have been put through the ringer this year, so good morning. My name is Michael Kamel. I am a 2017 graduate of the Film and Video Studies program. I have been out of college for as long as I was in college, which is kind of a crazy reckoning to have. And now y'all are joining me as alumni. So welcome to the CVPA Alumni Chapter of the George Mason University Alumni Association. You're part of a network of musicians, actors, dancers, directors and producers, choreographers, writers, technicians, designers, teachers, entrepreneurs, and administrators. That's pretty iconic. And if you're like me, you bring your identities and life into your work. I'm Palestinian, and if being Palestinian has taught me anything, it's that, hey, I see y'all, come on. And if being Palestinian has taught me anything, it's that we are not welcome in every space, not even our land. And I know I've lost many opportunities for simply saying I'm Palestinian, and I'm okay with that. In fact, I think I've gotten better opportunities for being true to myself. So, if I'm being blunt, it can be easy sometimes to let your values slide for something that you think could be amazing. Because navigating the arts isn't always a piece of cake, especially for artists of marginalized backgrounds and identities. But what is passion without purpose? And what is purpose without values? So when you go home today, or if you're at home today, I implore you to write down your values, what you stand for, what you won't tolerate, what you bring to the table, and what vision you have in your art. Because when the going gets tough and you're wondering, is this gig for me? Should I be in this space? Should I take this job? you can always come back to your purpose and let that guide you, and the rest will follow. Another thing that's key to success is connections and strong relationships, because we are all theoretically 6 people away from Beyonce. Well, probably 10 in her case, but so take advantage of the CVPA Alumni chapter, what we have to offer, the annual internship and career fair, performances, screenings, exhibits, and programs. You never know who you'll meet in these spaces or what work might inspire you in your next step. And you know what else we love? Money! So keep an eye out for the Young Alumni Commissioning Project. That's an opportunity for $5,000 in grant funding for CVPA graduates. So how are we going to stay in the loop with all these amazing opportunities? Well, one, y'all are probably on social media right now, especially if you're at home. So go ahead and follow CVPA at Mason to stay in the loop. And then you're gonna register for the George Mason University Alumni Association. You received an email earlier this week, so go ahead and register and take care of that. And you can also register at alumni.gmu.edu. On behalf of the CVPA Alumni Chapter, a huge congratulations to the class of 2021. We look forward to keeping you involved with Mason and the CVPA community, and we cannot wait to bear witness to the impact that you're all going to make in your careers and your lives. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. Now it's time for one of our favorite traditions in CVPA, the student showcases from each of our disciplines. It's our version of a commencement speech, and it's invariably superior to any such speech because A, it's not a speech, and B, it's your work doing the talking. Usually, when we gather in our lovely concert hall, each program offers either a live performance or a video collage that represents the year. Today, we can't go all out for 1,000 reasons, but we are happy to share this brief video to celebrate the great work you all did this year. Please enjoy. Wow, great memories, and congratulations again. And now it is the moment we've all been waiting for, the procession of the graduates. We'll call each program in alphabetical order. When your program is called, would the graduates from that program please make your way to the right side of the seating area, and with your name card in hand, and your program marshal will help guide you to the stage at the right time. So here's a test of alphabetical ordering. We're going to begin with Arts Management, followed by the School of Art. So please make your way, if you're a member of one of those programs, to the right side of the seating area and prepare to come to the stage. And I'll call the next groups in a timely manner, but you can probably anticipate what they're going to be if you know what all our programs are, and you do. So, graduates of the Arts Management program will be greeted by Interim Director Bill Reeder, and their names will be read by Satara Kennedy, Assistant Director. Director Reeder and Assistant Director Kennedy, would you please be upstanding? Satara? This is the improvised part. The first group always takes the longest. It's called rehearsal. Okay, here we go. Come on, Arts Management, come to the stage. It's time to graduate. Yes, exactly.
Dean Davis, on behalf of the Arts Management program, I present the candidates for the Masters of Arts in Arts Management from the classes of 2020 and 21. Emily Dugal. Miriam Hussein Agha. Serena Sela. Samantha Sinagra. Tyler Teagle. Dean Davis, this concludes the presentation of the arts management candidates.
Very good, thank you. The graduates, as we prepare to welcome the School of Art, would the graduates from the Computer Game Design program, the School of Dance, and the Film and Video Studies program please move to the procession area, to the stage left or house right side of our world today. Graduates of the School of Art will be greeted by Director Hassan Elahi, and their names will be read by Professor Suzanne Carbonneau.
Dean Davis, on behalf of the School of Art, I present the candidates for the Masters of Fine Arts and the Masters of Arts in Teaching for the class of 2021. Master of Fine Arts in Visual Technology, Andrea Benj. Master of Fine Arts, Madeline Deviney. BS in Graphic Design, Cameron Hartz. Bachelor of Art in Graphic Design, Shai Jaff. BFA in Printmaking, Hannah Stokes. BFA in Printmaking, Rebecca Jackson. BFA in Sculpture, Michelle Smith. BFA in Graphic Design, Dallas Shalton. BA in Graphic Design, Lexi Swager. BA in New Media, Francis Feelart. Bachelor of Arts in Graphic Design, Tui Fong Lee. BA in Painting, Mayada Khalil. BFA in Drawing, Isabella Peretti. BA in Graphic Design, Kellyanne Torres Gonzalez. BFA in Graphic Design, Aisha Jordan. Sorry. BFA in Graphic Design, Aaron Michael Burke. BA in Graphic Design, Emma Dardis. BFA in Graphic Design, Yasmin Raizadeh. BFA in Graphic Design, Katleya Riategui. BFA in Graphic Design, Gustavos Garcia Ibarra. BFA in Graphic Design, Nargis Begoan. BA in Graphic Design, Katia Pembayan.
Congratulations, graduates of the School of Art. We now welcome our computer game design grads. Graduates of the computer game design program will be greeted by Director Sang Nam, and their names will be read by Professor Eric Piccione.
Dean Davis, on behalf of the computer game design program, I present the candidates for the Bachelor of Fine Arts in Computer Game Design from the classes of 2020 and 2021. Daniel Soberanis Chacon. Christopher Olson. Amber Perkins. Lauren Tringale. Tiffany Siffert. Michael White. Nicholas Hunter. Tori Collins. Frank Flippin. Andrew Doyon. Dean Davis, this concludes the presentation of the computer game design candidates.
Thank you and congratulations. We now welcome the School of Dance. Graduates of the School of Dance, who are a very vocal lot in addition to being skilled at movement, will be greeted by Director Karen Reedy, and their names will be read by Professor Buffy Price.
Dean Davis, on behalf of the School of Dance, I present the candidates for Bachelor of Fine Arts in Dance from the class of 2020 and 2021. Aaron Cervelli. Thomas Downey. Sarah Gowdy. Holly Harkins. Ana Maria Icaza. Natalie Katz. Olivia Winter McCall. Julia Norman. Caroline Newberg. Rebecca Routson. And Hope Spears. Amelia Stork. Anna Tickner. Isis Thomas. And Dalton Wemple. Dean Davis, this concludes the presentation of the School of Dance candidates.
Thank you, Professor Price, and again, congratulations on your retirement. Now, you should know that those dancers are doing those moves on a plywood stage here. So they entertained us at great personal risk here, and we want to thank them for that. As we prepare to welcome our Film and Video Studies grads, would the graduates of the Schools of Music and Theater please move to the procession? Stage left, house right. Graduates of the Film and Video Studies program will be greeted by Professor Ben Steger, and their names will be read by Associate Director for Undergraduate Academic Affairs, Lauren Wagner.
Dean Davis, on behalf of the Film and Video Studies program, I present the candidates for the Bachelor of Arts in Film and Video Studies from the classes of 2020 and 2021. Stephen Gentry. Nicole Clavel. Brianna Cabasa. Jesselyn Benitez. Joshua McLean. Chloe Pignano. Brandon Payne. Lucy Berry. And Sarah Wolfley. Dean Davis, this concludes the presentation of the Film and Video Studies candidates.
Thank you and congratulations to our Film and Video Studies graduates. Graduates of the School of Music will be greeted by Director Linda Monson, and their names will be read by Associate Director Tom Owens.
Dean Davis, on behalf of the School of Music, I present the candidate for Masters of Music from the class of 2021. Megan Slay. Wait. Dean Davis, that concludes the presentation of the candidates for the MM degree. Dean Davis, on behalf of the School of Music, I now present the candidates for the Bachelor of Arts in Music and the Bachelor of Music degrees from the classes of 2020 and 2021. Noah Nip. Dominic Lewis. Emma Pivetta. Jason Seiler. Garrett Phoenix Henkel. Darwin Joel de la Cruz. Ryan Joseph Ergel. Nicholas McKee. Lauren Remy. Kiara Head. Darren Johnson. And Lauren Jaroth. Dean Davis, this concludes the presentation of the School of Music candidates.
Thank you and congratulations to our wonderful music graduates. Graduates of the School of Theater will be greeted by Interim Director Kevin Murray, and their names will be read by Professor Mary Lecter.
Dean Davis, on behalf of the School of Theater, I present the candidates for the Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Fine Arts degrees in theater from the classes of 2020 and 2021. Austin Shores. Tyler Shores. Jacob Horowitz. Victoria Stevenson. Tyler Goshorn. Amelia McGinnis. Isabella Lurch. Ekaterina Demopoulos. Amber Cox. Catherine Amato. M. German. Jessica Barraclaw. Aaron Pugh. Jacob Thompson. Felicia Hecker. Jacqueline Smith. Rebecca Kennard. Lenny Mendez. And Christian Yost. Dean Davis, this concludes the presentation of the School of Theater candidates.
Thank you, and congratulations once again to Kevin Murray on his retirement. Now, this is the moment of the ceremony where we're drawing to a close, and we call this the charge to the graduates. And it starts like this. We have a motto in CVPA. You've probably heard me say it a few times, and if you listen to the recorded commencement on Friday, you'll hear me say it again. That motto is the arts create community. We call it the world's shortest elevator speech, 4 words. The arts create community. And look at you, there you are, our community. Ceremonies like commencement and convocation and concerts and plays and exhibitions and screenings and rehearsals and jam sessions and readings and skateboarders finding a line. All these things that we do together help us expand our sense of what it is to be human and part of a community of our fellow creatures. Now, the world has been kind of the opposite of a community of late, but even in the midst of this chaos, we see the seeds of rebirth. This may be a new golden age for street art, for murals and posters, for protest music, for documentaries, the soaring language and movement of shared loss. This may be a new golden age for getting our art into the hands of those who could never partake of it before, because of cost or geography or social barriers or simply lack of exposure. This may be a new golden age for the power of shared stories to bring us together as we emerge from our isolation, an age that is deepening our hunger for the moment when we all can come together in a jubilant, spontaneous, improvised, exuberant celebration of community. That will be our real commencement indeed. The world needs what we have to offer so much now, even though the traditional mechanisms of making it, selling it, teaching it, performing it are temporarily offline. But we're figuring it out. You all, our graduates, are figuring it out. The world knows, or if not, we're about to tell them, that we helped them get through this time with our stories and our images and our innovations. And we are so ready to explode onto the stages and screens and walls of a waiting and changing world once we're clear of this contagion. It's coming. And when it comes, a new golden age will truly begin. You can feel it. We're almost there. So congratulations, graduates of the class of 2020 and 2021. Thank you so much for your work. Keep in touch. Stay safe in your lives and risky in your art. And go get 'em. Thank you.
Congratulations, graduates. Please remain seated until your row is dismissed by an usher or university marshal. We want to ensure everyone's health and safety. Please maintain 6 feet of social distance from other parties when exiting.